Shalom, Yasharallah. First and foremost, I want to say all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rachah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of the house of David. Salutations to you, brothers, throughout the four corners of the earth. Teaching us truth and righteousness and sincerity to you, Israelite foreigners. Come back home to the truth. To those that have passed on serving the Lord, the dead in Yahweh Shai shall arise first. To you, sisters who believe. Keep encouraging and supporting your brothers who are out here teaching us truth, and always commemorate the sister who washed Yahweh Shai feet when you read the scriptures. I want to talk to y'all about something. Once again, it stems from social media, but it's a real thing that is worthy of being looked into. So, you know the debate about illegal immigration and all that shit? Well, I posted something and I said, I want my conservative friends to explain this to me. And so I posted, I forgot what it was, but it basically had something to do with the cruelty with which these illegal immigrants are being deported with. Now, I did watch something on the Obama presidency where he actually deported much more people. Him and Joe Biden were basically in charge of more deportations than Trump. So a friend of mine posted and said, hey, the same guy that was considered a hero under the Obama administration for deporting more people is over here now being called a Nazi and being called all types of names. So I'm going to put a kind of more or less a flashlight on him. His name is Thomas Homan, Homan. And that guy's a real sick scumbag, like a real piece of shit. Doesn't have a purpose in life. Real fucking scumbag. So, reading about Thomas Homan, remember, Obama was so-called president from 2009 to 2016. Thomas Homan, I forgot exactly when. I think he started working in 2014. And in 2014, he's the one, he started suggesting and arguing that we should separate children from their parents as a further deterrent from these illegal immigrants coming to this country at all. Now, that's a sick fuck to even suggest that. He's got 4 children and a wife. I don't know who the fuck would marry a filthy scumbag like that, but, you know, I don't know. That's just the most disgusting thing in the world to actually, because I thought it was just being done because, hey, if they catch the daughter or the son of an illegal immigrant separate, you know, maybe one's at the house, one's at the store. You know, I thought it was done like organically. I had no idea that it was a deliberate thing done. And that shit started under Obama. So for those of y'all that think that Obama was a man of the people, Obama co-signed this madness because it started happening during him. Now, this same guy, Thomas Homan, he was accused of accepting bribes. Now, here's the funny part about the guy. When Trump comes in office, his charges get dismissed for lack of evidence. Obviously, because he's so good at fucking deporting families and torturing so-called illegal immigrants. Like, there's cruelties that are happening under our nose. And we don't pay attention to it because we think that government does what government's supposed to do. That's the real reason why they do what they do. to keep everything, to keep the people not thinking that their government would do that. You know, that's why they even, you know, the guy that shot Renee Good and killed her, that's why they would even consider bringing up charges on them. Just to make it look to the people like, hey, these things don't happen in America. But these things do happen in America. People get tortured in America. Such evils do happen in America. You know, families get separated in America. That does happen. It happened to the slaves that was originally brought here. What makes you think it won't happen to illegal immigrants? You know, America is evil, man. America does things to people that you think only happen in countries. And it's funny because I have two friends that don't like each other. And I realized something about those two friends. Both of them are narcissists and sociopaths, probably. One of them knows he is, and the other one doesn't know he is. The one that doesn't know he is has done more shady shit, not realizing that he's doing evil, than the other one. The other one, because you know he's fucking shady, because you can see him coming a mile away, you know, you know not to entrust him with certain shit. Where the other one that's an outright narcissist, but doesn't know it, you know, you trust him at first. So it's funny with this whole dynamic of Republican, Democrat. You know, you already know Trump is going to be racist. And even if he himself were not to be racist, his party is. At the end of the day, Republicans are racist. That you can't get around that shit. You can't get around that. I used to have a kind of not a dilemma, but I used to think that, maybe they're not. At least not the ones that so-called black. But no, them motherfuckers use the same talking points as the fucking white conservatives. It's just that our style of government is pretty similar because, hey, we're going to be racist. We're not going to be partial. But our government is going to favor the Israelites, the children of Israel. You know, so it's going to be no LGBTQ period, let alone LGBTQ rights. So yeah, we're gonna our form of government is going to be a conservative form of government. It's just that right now, the conservatives are in favor of the government for white people, basically. But anyway, yeah, so let's get back to this Thomas Homan. This guy in 2024, yeah, I already said that. He was accused of taking bribes. So you want to talk about evil and wicked. And he's considered a border czar. Protecting our borders. Right? Well, not our borders, because although I'm a citizen, I'm not an American. But you get the point. This border czar, keeping the borders safe from illegal immigrants that come here to work, because there's also illegal immigrants that come here to gangbang. But anyway, that's about it. You know, you can look him up for yourself. It's right on his Wikipedia page. You don't got to look too deep into the information. It's really like very easy to read, and you can easily tell this guy is a sick bastard. Thomas Homan. You know, so once again, one thing that I want to be clear on pointing out is he was the same thing he does for Trump, he did for Obama. So those of you black and Latinos that think that this guy was a good man and he was a man of the people, Obama, nah, that guy's the devil too. But with that, I'm going to say shalom.